It's a gloomy type of day. There might be rain, there might not, but at least it's not -9 degrees Celsius. Oh, I'm in the woods today for a solo overnight under the Dutch Army Poncho. I do love this piece of kit, as I mentioned in a poncho setup video. For myself personally, if an item is multi-use, it's that much more valuable when it comes to camping. And it's hard to beat surplus gear. Now, you can certainly beat it in weight, but when it comes to value and it comes to durability, you're not touching it. So I'm going to set up a lean-to with a roof type of deal, because if it is going to rain, that's a half decent shelter. There is no wind at the moment, so I'm not too overly concerned about being extremely covered. Shelter is set up, nice and easy configuration, and ample room under here if it does come on to rain. That calls for a coffee. I've got a new addition to the pack here, the old Viper stuffer pouch. Just adds a little bit of capacity to the pack. I'm carrying my cook set in this. Now don't get me wrong, 45 litres is great 3 seasons of the year, but when it comes to winter, you just need that little more. I haven't got my firebox on me today, and I've been thinking about a fire tonight. I think I'm going to do something a little more different than the usual fire lays I do. Something a little more discreet. Got the old SOG entrenching tool out. Made short work of this Dakota fire hole, but it's not going to work. There is just far too much water. Well, I tried. Guess we're just going to have a regular fire. And my son absolutely loves this e-tool. Every time in the garden, digging holes, looking for dinosaur bones. That's my boy. The most tedious part of camping, collecting firewood, because no matter how much you collect, it's never really enough, especially with these long nights. Got a little bit of drizzle coming on now. I've just been sat under the poncho here organizing the firewood, so I know what I've got and what I need. Obviously, organization at camp is an important thing. You want to have everything at hand, easy to access. You don't want to be wandering around for 10 minutes looking for something. That's kind of why I don't buy anything camo anymore in terms of smaller objects. I used to have a Swiss Army knife in camouflage. Totally cool, little camouflage scales on the Swiss Army knife. But yeah, what happened was someone put it down, and when you put it down, something camouflage in an environment like this, it kind of blends in. So never did find that. It's in Bristol somewhere. I collected a good amount of firewood, so we'd just be having a regular fire, but with a not so regular fire starter. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret, but shh, because they ain't out yet. EG Survival Co. hooked me up with these ultimate matches designed to get your fire started quickly in survival situations with just the pull of this ring. I've been looking forward to checking these out because, you know, fire. I'm also checking out this little lantern from Phoenix. Now, like most lanterns, has the old 360-degree illumination, which is good, right? But when I crawl into my tent and I hang up my lantern, the top half of my tent is illuminated. If I'm reading a book or something, at the bottom, can't see nothing. So this is where this differs. Obviously, it has the 360-degree illumination. It also shines below also, so it really sheds light. I also quite like this little switch here, super easy to navigate. I don't like pushing too many buttons, so to just be able to use the rotary switch, it's nice. On some of these things, you'll be pushing buttons forever just to get to where you need to be. That's simple. That's some half decent camouflage, especially at this time of the day. Looks a lot lighter than it actually is. It's around dusk now. Not gonna be long now, it's gonna be pitch black, so let's get this fire started. All right, huh? Quite a bit of smoke being produced, but it absolutely works in a survival situation. Just to pull that ring and have 100% fire guaranteed. Wet wood, if it's raining, whatever, that's impressive. Getting it done. Just some noodles, nothing too extravagant. Whoa, super impressed by the ultimate match. It produced quite a bit of smoke, but you don't mind smoke in a survival situation, right? 10 out of 10 for performance. And it's quite obviously streamlined and slender. Definitely something I'm going to keep in my pack for those occasions where I need a fire. Sometimes it's just kind of hard to get a fire, but with that, 100% guaranteed. Now in the sleeping bag, just put the last of the firewood on the fire, and yeah, just watching some caveman TV before bed. This old poncho, this stuff sack, you could use it to place some belongings in it while you sleep beneath it. Head torch, for example. I personally wear my head torch around my neck, just so I know when I wake up, I know where it's at without having a fuss. But yeah, so that does double up as a little storage pocket for your belongings. So it's been a good day, nice and easy, good to be back in the woods. So I'm gonna watch the rest of the fire, watch that burn out, and I'll catch you in the morning. It's a brisk one this morning. Clear skies. Had a little rain throughout the night, but I stayed dry under the poncho, warm in my little snug pack cocoon. So just gonna be finishing up this coffee and then striking camp. Taking it slow. And this is why I love bungees. No messing around, super quick to take down. It's simple. So because the poncho is wet, I don't want to be getting the rest of the gear in my pack wet, so I am going to be using a little stuff sack. Being waterproof, like the poncho, going to keep everything inside my pack dry. Like so. As you can see, just have these little poppers here just to close it off, and that be its final form. And this is why I tend to fold it up and lay it flat in the pack, because that's some bulk. The coals from the fire are nice and cool, so just disposed of those, obviously leave no trace principles. Campsite is cleared up and we're out there.